Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1789th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Good evening, traders. You can find me in a live trading room just about 24 hours a day. It's free to enter. Come join me, and I'll hang out with you while we get through these rough and tumble markets. This 1789th installment of these educational videos comes at you on a Tuesday night for trading Wednesday, June 13th, 2018. Remember, this is FOMC Day 2, Wednesday. We are expecting a rate hike of 25%. That is probably going to happen. Plus, Uncle Jerome, he's got a presser. That usually creates volatility. When you get a press conference, you get a lot of movement, especially after a meeting. So Uncle Jerome, he's got the press conference after they raise rates. It should get interesting. Remember, this is a very risky game. Futures trading is extremely risky. Stock trading, ETF trading, any type of trading, extremely risky. It causes financial duress. You can lose all your money. You can lose your house. You can end up divorced and worse. Please be careful. Know the risk behind this game. Put your stops in first and come join me. I'll help keep you calm and collect at livewithoscar.com in my live trading room. So, what do we have for NASDAQ on the weekly? Well, the weekly looks fantastic. We broke out of this Oscarism known as an F flag. We have bounced off consistently off the bottom of this long-term parallel channel. Consistent bouncing off this channel, and we rallied up into an Oscarism known as an F flag, and now we've broken out of the F flag and we're on our way. And I'll tell you right now, the OMNI year-end target of 7,800 versus NASDAQ absolutely remains intact and is valid. Now, traders, it sounded like I was insane at the price of 63 to 6,400 NASDAQ when I offered the year-end OMNI 7,800 call. We are now trading at 72.24, right? It looks much better now than it did when I made the call. I made the call, we were down here somewhere, and I called for 7,800, and we're at 72.5, or will be tomorrow. That's pretty strong. So the absolutely, well, we're probably at 72.5 right now in September. So absolutely, we are expecting some more upside. This looks good. Now, it's a weekly, and you can't just pull an OMNI for tomorrow off of a weekly, of course. So let's go look at the daily of this NASDAQ and see what that looks like. When you go to the daily, here's what we have in the daily on the NASDAQ. We had the double top. Remember, top one, top two. I decided, silly me, not to take the sell a double top at all costs type of rule. When we see a double top, we sell one. I did not follow that rule, and we had a pullback as expected. However, that pullback took us right down to the bottom of this channel, and look at how smart this channel is. It's held every time it's been seen, and it held here right after we hit the double top. We pulled back and took off, and if you look closely, we are now just about taking out that double top. So I think the daily and the weekly on the NASDAQ seem strong. Look at the Russell, which literally has been the leader and has taken us up faster and first before everything else. Here's your Russell chart on the daily. I think it looks fantastic. Look at this wonderful channel that we've been in, and look at all the times we have bounced off the bottom of the channel. Right, rallied up to the top of it, of course, bounced off the bottom, made its way to the top, hit the bottom, making its way to the top. Why not end up there? I think that looks fine. You had your pullback after what was a triple top. You had your little pullback just like in NASDAQ, and away we went. The NASDAQ should go because the leader of this parade lately has gone forward. So that's your NASDAQ, your Russell. That includes S&P emini, Dow tranny. Let's go look at another very interesting market here, traders. The gold. I put this chart in front of you last night and said, look, this has to be a third bear flag right here. That's what I think it is. Why? This first bear flag formed, and it formed very nicely, right? You had your flagpole, then you had your flag build. It built along the 200 bar moving average. Flag number one, look at the drop. Goes into flag number two. Another bear flag, then a drop. I think this is bear flag number 3. We keep bouncing off the top and bottom of it, just like we were doing on these two. So, yesterday I put this in front of you and said, I think it's a bear flag. I think we start to drop. And this is what happened on Tuesday. Now we're going to find out on Wednesday if, in fact, we end up going down further. And I suspect that Wednesday could end up looking like a bar that looks a lot like this. Now, this isn't Wednesday's bar. This is fictitious. We're just filling in where we think it could go. But I think you could end up with a bar that looks very close to this, trading on Wednesday in the gold. I think this is absolutely a third bear flag. We are clearly below the 200 ball moving average now. Fund managers see that. That looks like it wants to head down a little bit, traders. I wouldn't be surprised to see the bear flag work. Even though it's a Fed day, FOMC day 2 on Wednesday, I suspect they raise rates, dollar goes up, gold goes down. If none of that happens, our stop is in, don't sweat it, and we don't even know if we'll actually even get into a trade because it is Fed day. So we'll sit tight unless the market really comes to a perfect omni level. That goes for NASDAQ and S&P and Russell. We are bullish, but we will not trade unless we get a decent pullback to buy off of. In gold, we will not trade unless we get a decent rally to sell into for the bear flag. Livewithoscar.com is where you can find me, traders, in a live trading room. You are all welcome. It is free. I offer live real-time trading signals as well. And there's another market that looks interesting to me for trading on Wednesday, Fed Day. That one is this. Oh, wait, this one right here. Traders, look at your crude oil. You've seen this in last night's video. And I showed you how the crude is just respecting the Omni average, the OTAPMA Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. Respect off the average and a nice rally. Back down, respect off the average and a smart rally. Back down, couldn't even get to the average. A major rally takes place. We come back down. This time we start bouncing off the average like crazy. Very quick here, very quick here, very quick here. Not so quick this time around. This is bouncing off the average more than it did these other times around. So I say we have a fundamental piece of news and we have a technical view. Here's your technical view. If we are going to just bounce like we did here, right? We came near the line or hit the line and bounced, rallied out, came and hit the line, bounced, rallied out. We hit the line. Are we going to bounce and rally out? Or is this going to turn into a bear flag? And I'll tell you right now, flags have been the flavor of the charts for the last 6 to 8 weeks. There have been flags everywhere. There's another flag right here. So we have a choice, right? It's either going to do the rally off the average or this flag will actually work. Now, what would coincide with this flag being here? The fundamental that OPEC is scheduled to increase production of oil. They are not blind. They tried to decrease the production of oil. Price went up for a while, but the U.S. is coming up with more shale and more production than ever before. We're over 10 million barrels a day. OPEC recognized we're literally taking their customers away, and they will open up their spigots. So here's your fundamental to prove out what I think is a bear flag, which would be your technical, and down we should go. And, you know, I can give you a projection, which I will do once the bear flag proves itself. So we will sell a rally. If we get one in crude oil, we will sell into a rally. I've got a predetermined Omni level plan. This trade will be given out to any members of the chat room. You do not have to be a member who's getting the recommendations. This will be called a free room trade. I will give out the crude. Just come on down to livewithoscar.com, log into my chat room. Be sure to use Internet Explorer so you can hear my audio and see the video. And I will meet you in the trading room at livewithoscar.com. If you do trade crude, if you want to know where to trade it tomorrow, come on down to my trading room. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. And I'll tell you right now, I've got my emotions in one spot that I think we need a round of applause. And I am going to applaud someone you'd never expect. A round of applause goes out to Kim Jong-un. And you know why? So I'm not applauding all the stuff he's done in the past, but I'm applauding this. It takes a really brave and wise man to reach out and accept an olive branch for peace. It takes a very simple man to stand behind his weapons and be a tyrant and stay in his country and be secluded and have fights with people. It takes a much, much smarter, educated man to accept an olive branch. So, Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump, well done so far. Now, will this accord lead to something that really happens? Well, you know, the thing about North Korea is you can't believe any of their crap until they come through. However, he's not his father. He's a braver man than his father. He is a much more educated man than his father. He's much younger than his father, and I think he'd rather have peace and prosperity over what he's been left to in his legacy. His dad left this craziness to him. I think he doesn't mind at all having peace with the U.S. and the rest of the world. Just my opinion. Another round of applause. Thank you, Mr. Trump, for going to help out. What a great president so far. Like him or not, this guy is doing some great things. All right, traders, come join me at livewithoscar.com. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do, in my opinion, to help keep those emotions at bay is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll traders, I will see you all at livewithoscar.com. Come join in the crude oil trade.